Hi dear students, my name is Balsubramaniam. Dear students, in this video I'm going to explain the financial management paper review, just what we completed today. Dear students, if you ask me this paper, how is this paper? The paper is really superb. It is not easy, it is not a difficult, but it is framed very intelligent manner, but seems to be a little bit lengthy. But those people who have the good practice in calculation, they might have done in a wonderful way. So I think you may get a little bit doubt that, sir, how do you come to conclusion? Because I have all the reports. I collected all the information with respect to each and every question, including MCQs. And with this report, I'm standing in front of you to say that the paper is good. Let me tell you, first of all, MCQ part, what the topics we've been covered, right? The first one, this is the question. This question is directly from capital budgeting, that is called investment decision, where the annualized NPV concept, this is annualized NPV, where NPV divided by present value annuity factor, calculating NPV divided by with annuity factor, you will get it. Superb question, easy to get the marks. Thereafter, this is the question from cost of capital, where the flotation cost treatment, market price, growth rate, cost of equity they asked. Very simple question, the cost of equity. And coming to here, this company net worth, this is the financial leverage, direct question. Yes. Whereas the case scenario, surprising is case scenario asked from working capital management. That question also direct. We discussed this question in our regular classroom work. Right? By seeing this question, I think students might have felt very happy. Because question also very easy, right? Easy to calculate. But if the time permits, I will calculate now itself and I will show. But thing is, it's my review to with respect to the paper, not to show the answer or tell to the answer, right? But the question is very easy, dear students. Yeah, this is with respect to MCQs. Coming to part 2. Part 2 is nothing but section 2. Section 2, the question number 1. This is the question. This question asked from, right? Yeah, from ratio analysis. Ratio analysis, this is the question they asked. Because a person who wants the analysis about the company performance, he will do the multiple analysis. One of the analysis, ratio analysis. So this ratio analysis, where by giving few ratios, he asked to construct the balance sheet. Wonderful, repeated regular way. So this model also covered in our material. So we covered in our page number 2.3, assignment problems matches approximately 75% this problem. Yeah. Thereafter, what is that? You have garden dividend model. So dividend model, this problem is little bit tricky, frankly speaking, right? The tricky, it is not a direct, whatever the study material consists some information. So basing on that, so we can expect, but little bit changed. But problem is really easy, but little bit lengthy also. Okay, so this is my point with respect to dividend decision. Thereafter, the following information with respect to financial leverage. Oh my god, this is a dead easy one here. Very easy one. Comfortably you can score 5 marks from this. So operating leverage, financial leverage, interest expenses provided. What you are going to do? Finally, you have to prepare income statement, calculation of EPS. So percentage change in earning per share if sales increases. That is nothing but, once you know the combined leverage, you can easily compute, right? So how many times such a problems we solved in our classroom? Try to understand this problem is approximately, if you ask me in our material, the 100% I will give you assurance. Because easy to score this problem, such a model also covered in our material, right? Leverage problem, dead easy. Thereafter, capital structure of B Limited, but it's not a capital structure. This is a cost of capital. Generally, cost of capital we have to calculate when the problem provides you details with respect to calculation of specific cost. Surprisingly, in this problem, they gave cost of capital and they asked to find it out where he has specific cost of equity, cost of preference, cost of debenture, interest, bank loan, all these things. So this problem is difficult. No, absolutely no. In our mastermind material, last problem is there, the similar model problem, where in that problem he asked rate of interest and at the same time bank loan. But here he asked a few more specific cost only. That's enough. Frankly speaking, our material is a wonderful, good, superb. But this problem is a different mode. Why? Because Generally, they will ask to calculate the cost of capital. But in this problem, cost of capital they provided and they asked specific cost. Okay, right. This is also easy, man. It covered in our material itself, right? Thereafter, Walter model, they asked Walter model, maximum price they asked EPS, return on investment, cost of equity. Okay, so very easy to calculate the direct problem. In dividendation, if you ask me in our material, this is covered in CRD1 itself, right? CRD1 itself, it is a direct problem. Yeah, coming to question number 3, if you ask me this, annual interim cash inflow, first 2 years, annual interim cash inflow for the next 2 years, useful life, salvage value of the project, internal rate of return, this one. This is missing model in investment decision, in capital budgeting, dear students. Capital budgeting model problem this is. So this problem is directly covered, but the only thing is, they used to give what is the direct cash inflow. Here, the little bit they changed this one. And at the same time, the input and output is little bit changed, but the easy, simply you can calculate, but it would be very lengthy comparing to its weightage, because he asked to find it out modified IRR also. And at the same time, instead of not providing direct cash inflow, he provided inflow first 2 years, thereafter next 2 years. So that is a little bit lengthy, but you can comfortably calculate it. And thereafter, what is this? This is the problem from capital structure. This problem is a direct problem. This covered in our material. If you want to prove that, so this is our question number 6. Question number 6 in our regular classwork. You will find it out. This problem covers there, right? Thereafter, you can find it out. What about the theory part? Theory part, agency cost is covered, and bridge financing, it is covered, and pecking order theory, capital structure problem. In capital structure, in pecking order theory, it is from capital structure, right? Thereafter, leverage is directly given. So this question is directly covered in our material. So combined leverage analysis, there is a question. So directly this question is provided. So if you ask me, dear students, I am not too emotional, but really I am happy to share this, my personal opinion with respect to this. Those people, they put it normally efforts also, they might go after completion of exam with a smiling face. Certainly the paper made you happy. Those people put in effort, right? They get 100% results. Okay, so paper is not a difficult, not easy. Paper is really intelligent way they designed the question paper, right? Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to discuss, we are going to do the examination paper analysis, cainter SM examination 50 marks, which was conducted today, May 24th, 2025. Now let's move to the question paper analysis. There are two parts, as you already know, MCQ part for 15 marks and descriptive part for 35 marks. Now look at the descriptive part now first, right? The first question, question number 5A, talking about compulsory questions, case scenario questions. Now look at that, we have highlighted some of the keywords. Based on the highlighted keywords, a student can easily guess which question is talking about which concept. Now please look at the question number 5A, compulsory question, 5 mark wala. Look at those keywords. The management is trying to clearly articulate its aspirations to the stakeholders. It is one of the components of strategic intent. There are 4 components of strategic intent, starting with values, mission, goals and objectives. Of course, the first part is vision. Vision, mission, goals and objectives, and vision and values or value systems. Now, he is talking about vision statement clearly. Identify and explain one of the components of strategic intent. Means he is asking us to identify the component called vision. Why vision is so important? Without vision, we cannot progress at all, because it provides, SM provides a direction to the organization because of this beautiful statement called vision. And he has asked 4 essential components to prepare a very good vision statement. Starts with the acronym called DICE. D stands for etc. etc. Right? It's a fairly easy question, right? The story is very easy there. Clearly articulating aspirations to stakeholders. It's the keyword to be highlighted by the students. Now come to the question number 5B, another compulsory question for 5 marks. It's a very easy story created, case scenario created by the ICAI. This time, identify the strategy required for digital transformation also state the most preferred practices to be followed by the entity. There are 5 different practices to be followed by the business organization to implement successfully the digital transformation. It starts with it requires the top management initiatives. Begin at the top was the first subheading or first strategy. Likewise, we have 5 different strategies here. You have to note all those 5 different strategies. But before that, the first point you have to write the meaning of digital transformation. Right now, we have identified question number 5b. Now come to the question number 5c, and a third 5-mark question in compulsory question and descriptive part. Look at this lengthy question. No worries about the length of this case scenario. The identified part was we are talking about a product called Nota. In the year 2023, since sales was in declining, they have tried to improve the internal efficiency. It stands as a funny acronym we have used in class called IIE, improving internal efficiency. Means he's talking about turnaround strategy, whereas in the year 2024, since there was no positive outcomes after the attempting for turnaround strategy, there was no positive results at all. So the company finally decided to get rid of that business called diversification. 2023 turnaround strategy, 2024 divestment strategy. Now look at the question part. Now identify the retrenchment strategies in 2023 turnaround, 2024 divestment. Then finally he has asked the reasons for adopting strategy called divestment strategy in 2024. There are certain reasons for divestment strategy. There are 4 to 5 reasons. You have to mention at least 3. Right, this is the essence of all the 3 case scenario questions given in the compulsory question. Total 15 marks. But a student has to remember one little thing before answering these damn easy case scenario questions. Now for 15 marks, you try to first point should connect to the paragraph given. The first point in the answer should connect to your case scenario question. Use the company name, use the keywords present in the case scenario. So the first point should connect to the case scenario given in the question. From the second point onwards, you can reproduce whatever content or concept learned in your classrooms or as per your materials. This is the only suggestion you have to follow to get 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 from each question. Now please move to the other descriptive questions. For so many attempts, he has not focused on the first chapter values concept and vision concept. He has touched these concepts in this attempt, May 2025. Look at that one. Why a company needs values. To enhance brand image in the long run, we need values. What are the common examples? There are half a dozen examples called Hadayati Wala. Right? Values is different from intent. What is the difference? What are the 4 components of intent? Vision, mission, goals and objectives, and the last one being values. With subject to values, every organization, every member in the organization, every member in every department of the organization has to achieve that vision, has to use that OPC called mission, has to achieve goals and objectives by using values. You have to follow values. Values are applicable to all the other elements of strategic intent. Have you understood the difference between values and intent now? Right. He has asked this question for 5 marks, 6A. Now move to the 6B question. You can easily catch this question. Sustainable competitive advantage is talking about characteristics of resources and competencies or capabilities. To attain sustainable competitive advantage, there are 4 characteristics and there are 4 criteria also. This time he has focused on 4 characteristics of resources and competencies. Right, now look at the question number 7A. Now this is 6B. Question number 7B now. What do you mean by value chain analysis? It's a method of describing activities within and around the organization. 1 mark valid definition. Thereafter 4 supporting activities for 4 marks. Hopefully every student will write these answers in a magnificent form. Now look at the question number 7B. Explain the meaning of differentiation strategy. Providing unique features. That feature should be unique with respect to whom? With respect to customers. This is called differentiation strategy. There are 3 bases of differentiation. Acronym is called POP-VALA. It's not popcorn. POP-VALA acronym we have used in the class also, and outline the strategies, how to achieve differentiation strategy. A couple of points. Since it is asked for 2 marks, you have to write two reasons how to achieve differentiation strategy. 3 bases are there. It is asked for 2 marks and 1 mark for differentiation strategy. Fair enough question. No issues with that. Question number 7B. Now come to the last one. Question number 8A. Meaning of KSFs. any factor which can show influence on the profit prospects of the organization is called KSF. You have three questions now. First question you have to ask the customer. Second question you have to ask the seller. Third question you have to ask the seller how he can manage sustainable competitive advantage. So in the second question you have to ask the organization that why you are occupying the number one spot, what resource and competencies do you have. So fair enough, easy question. Come to the question 8B, internal choice, first part. Definition of expansion strategy, and the simple one, characteristics of expansion strategy, right? Now come to the last question called question number 8B, internal choice wala. If you want to have a good strategy execution, this is commonly famously known in our class as SSI, successful strategy implementation. How many roles a leader should possess means 5 leadership roles are there. Funny acronym was kept. Hopefully you answered all these questions. In all these 6, 7, 8 questions, you have a great advantage to leave one question as choice also. So descriptive paper was a very reasonable paper. No issues at all with descriptive. Now come to the 15 marks MCQ part now, right? Now look at this MCQ part, section B. It starts with the 9th question. He has given a scenario, right? Two companies are there, B and C are similar providers. A is your main business organization, B and C are competitors to Mr. A. All of a sudden, B and C has decided to merge with each other. That merge was an unexpected change in the industry. See, it's a classic example of one of the unexpected sudden changes or unexpected events. In that strategic control, you have to go for special alert control. It's a very easy question, independent MCQ. Now come to the second independent MCQ, right? Lot of divisions are there. Each division will be led by a respective divisional head or manager. That person is responsible for the performance and profitability of each division. It's called as multi-divisional structure. No issues at all. Now come to the next one, known as third MCQ, right? Right. He's talking about electric vehicles here. It is a dump ICAI board material example, right? So government is providing subsidies. They are trying to encourage the manufacturing of electric vehicles. That was a huge opportunity for any business person. At the same time, consumers are suspicious about certain things. The time consumed in recharging the battery, so it's taking a long time. We don't have any patience nowadays. These customers, they want to do the things in a quick time now. These are the two different aspects now. So look at, even though we are receiving grants now, so which limitation of SM we are talking about right now means environment is highly complex and turbulent, right? Now come to these, after these things, come to the case scenario based MCQs. Now he has given a little paragraph which doesn't have any keywords. The finest keyword is no linkage between existing and proposed business. Some AI wala company, artificial intelligence wala company, they have decided to manufacture robots also. Now if you watch closely, this is the question, right? This is the only 2-mark question in the entire SM paper, which an average student or a below average student might not answer. This 2 marks only. The rest 48 marks is comfortable for any student. Analysis of the strategic groups, analysis of the cost structure is treated as which type of strategic analysis? Strategic analysis is of 5 types now, right? Here we have 4 MCQs. 4 options were given. It is called competitor analysis. This is the only 2-mark question which an average student might face certain difficulty. This is the only 2-mark question. On an honest basis, we are delivering this analysis. This is the only 2-mark question. Rest of the thing is our question paper, right? Now come to the next one, 13th question. They want to enter into the manufacturing of robots. Actually, it was an artificial intelligence expert company, right? Why we have picked up conglomerate diversification means, please look at this keyword highlighted in the question paper now. There is no linkage between existing business and proposed business with reference to either product or market or technology. There was no sharing, there was no similarities at all. That's why it should belong to unrelated diversification called a conglomerate. Now come to the 14th one. They want to provide excellent customer service. For that, they have used a beautiful word called online repair services. They want to provide better customer interface. This is the clue, online repair services. It's called additional services to the existing customer. Additional services means augmented. An option A. Now come to the next one. There is one person called, look at the case scenario now. There is one person called Mr. X. If you want to select if you frame any corporate level strategy, Mr. X is the CEO of the company. You have to satisfy him. To which category of Mendelev's matrix does he belong to? That's a fair enough, easy question. He has to be treated as a key player. I've understood all these case scenario based MCQ questions. So my overall opinion on this question paper, cainter SM May 2025 SM paper is an average student can answer 48 marks out of 50 marks. There is no question about it. Hopefully all the students might have performed very well. God bless you. Great marks in SM paper. Hopefully you will clear all the groups of cainter and you will become semi-qualified also. God bless you. Great results.